Hello and welcome to the Dragons Are Real YouTube channel. So, online gaming has had a big explosion in the last 12 months for obvious reasons. Up until 15 months ago, there was only 4 or 5 main players in the virtual tabletop scene. You had Roll20, you had Fantasy Grounds, you had Astral, Map Tool, and some people were using Tabletop Simulator, which was designed for board games but adapted for RPGs. Since then, you've had an explosion of virtual tabletops come along, and I've been covering some of these on my channel. And if you head over to the playlists and virtual tabletop, you can see some of the virtual tabletops that I've been covering. Now, it's been a win-win for us consumers as people look to play online with friends because they can't meet because of the global pandemic. So there are a plethora of virtual tabletops to choose from, and since we've all got different needs, whether it be the system we're using or a group of friends or style of play, so by having a look at all these different virtual tabletops, hopefully you can find something that fits in with your system and with your style. So today I've got yet another one for you to take a look at, and this one is Fari App. It can be found at fari.app. And it says you can play online or play offline. Now, this system was originally designed for Fate, but since then it's been adapted for other virtual tabletops. As we scroll down to get started, you can see we can create scenes, we can create characters, and we can roll some dice. If we write a scene in advance, then we can load them into the game as we play, so which is nice. We can create flexible character sheets that support any tabletop role-playing system. That's right, any system. And you can roll fate dice to d20s. So let's write a scene up front so we've got it saved. We can import a scene or we can create a new scene. So we'll have a new scene. We're going to give it a name. Let's call this Castle Carnarvon, which is a castle where I live. We can give it a group. Let's call this my game. It can be public, private, or notes. Now, because it's designed for Fate, we have index cards, aspects, boosts, NPCs, and bad guys. So you can use these for any game because they can use them as hints. So let's have an index card here. We will call this Castle Exterior, and we can write some notes on it. So it's windy, cold, grey castle. We can make it visible, we can hide it or make it visible, and I've just lost the note. So let's go again. Castle. We've got a glitch here, so let's delete that note and start again. Let's create an index card. There we go. Castle Exterior. We'll choose the colour to yellow. We can attach some items to it which are designed for Fate. Let's add an aspect. We can have it as windy, wet. Maybe some notes. We can add some NPCs, so let's say 12 goblins, and let's add a bad guy, Mr. Big. Let's have Mrs. Big, so let's be all inclusive. Okay, so here we've got our public stuff, our private stuff. We could, well, this is where the private note went to. Let's add an index card here. We could have a trap. So trap, there we go. If we delete that one there we go. And we can have any notes that we want to add. My GM notes. Okay, so that is all there. We click save, and now in our scenes we've got Castle Carnarvon and it's saved. So let's create a character sheet for our game. Again, we can import a character sheet, but let's create a new character sheet. There are templates you can choose from, and being it's a Fate game, we've got a number of fake games, as you can see there on the screen. We've got Evolution Pulse, we've got Maze, Tunnels and Trolls, The Pool, D&D 5e, The Witch is Dead, Edge of the Empire, and a blank sheet. But let's say that the game we're playing now is not in, doesn't exist. We want to create our own character sheet. So let's do so. So we click this toggle here, Advanced Mode, and we get this blank screen. We can name the characters. We can have a group. So we call this My Campaign. And let's say we want a character sheet. And if we want more sheets on the top for the tabs, we can click on here. So we'll have one for skills and another one for biography. So you can see already the power of this. So let's go back to the character sheet. Let's add a section, and we'll have a section this side called attributes. On this side, we'll have a section called health. We can add a section beneath it, and we'll call that one armor. There we go. And our skills, we can add a section with skills. There we go. Our biography, will add a section of background. And another section of, we'll have age. Okay, so those are our headings. So what we'll do is that you can have different sections beneath these, and I'll show you each one of these sections in order. The eye arrow there makes it visible on the card or not. The move button here allows you to move it up. So say we wanted the age first and then background, we can do that, and the minus removes it. So for the background, we want this as text. So let's add a section to background. We don't want a section, we want a block, sorry. So let's add a block, and this is going to be text. So character history. There we go. We can add a toggle to this if we so wish, or remove the toggle. We can add some help here, so please complete. I'm just going to do this for the first one, so you can see that. Let's add a block to this one, and this we want to make numeric. This is going to be an age, so this is the age of the person, and we can put in years for that one. Okay, so you can see that if they have multiple ones, we can add another block here. Let's have another block here, another numeric block. So if you wanted to add another block, you can move them around, and we can also remove them. So that's enough for the biography page. Let's go to our character sheet. We're going to have some attributes. So let's say we're going to have a skill. Now a skill is used if it's going to be used in a dice roll. So the modifier is the after. We have, again, we can have a toggle if we need a toggle, and this one it's going to be a might skill. So we'll have might. We'll keep it a skill at the moment, and let's set the dice. So this, if we click on the dice, this is what's going to be rolled. So for our system, let's not have a boring 1d20 system. Let's have a 2d6 system, and select. And this is going to be might. Now if you want a second one, we can just duplicate that, change the name to speed, duplicate that again, and we'll have this one as wit. So that is our attribute section. The players will fill in this number here, and when they roll the dice, it will pick up this attribute and roll using the dice that we've set, which is 2d6. So on this side, let's add a block, and we want health. So health is going to be a point counter, because this is going to keep track of our health. It's going to be our main counter, and we want add a max to it as well. That is optional, but we want to have it, and let's say that everybody starts off with 10, so we'll have a maximum of 10. So that is our health. Let's add a block here, and this one is going to be a numeric. This is going to be called our armor class, our armor value. There we go. So we have our armor value there. So you can see we can really build up this thing. So let's go to our skill section and use something that we haven't done. So let's add a block here. Let's use a dice pool. So the dice pool is empty. This could be our fear skill. We're going to set the dice, and this is going to be, as you can see, we can put fate dice, coin toss, 2d6, and our generic polyhedral dice. Let's say this one is going to be 2d12. Just click it each time. If you want to reset it, pop back down here. So we'll set that to 2d12. And let's add a section on this side. We haven't recorded our fatigue on the side to use our last block that we haven't used, which is a slot tracker. And we're going to increase this by, let's have 5, and our numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There we go. And of course, exhaustion. So I think that has covered all of the different points. We've got a dice pool, we've got some text, we've got a skill. So I think a counter. So we'll click on save this, and now when we go up to characters, you can see that we've got a character one here. Right, so we'll go back to our main page, and now we want to play online and get our character to join. So we hit play online, and the first thing we've got is a copy game link at the top here. We've got a save button so we can save the game and save the scene. So we're going to have hit the copy game link, and this game link we can pass to our friends by email, by text, and when they join they will come to the page. They will get a name, and let's say Jane wants to join our game, and Jane joins the game, and now we've got Jane in the game, and we are here as the game master, and it tells us we've got 2 players connected. If we want to roll dice as a game master, I can click on the roll button and say I want to roll a d100, click on roll, and this will roll it on here for me, and they will see it on the other one on the other end there. And for some reason I rolled some fate dice. I have no idea why. Oh, because I clicked a D that's as well. So let's reset this and just click on the D100 and roll, and now we should just roll. There we go, our 89, and they will see the player at 89. There is no character sheet assigned to Jane, so let's assign Jane a character sheet. Let's assign an original, and we'll assign this one here. So now Jane has got this character sheet here, and let's say Jane's might is 2, her speed is 1, her wit is 3, she's got 5 health, her armor is 2, we've got her skills, exhaustion is 2, and we'll let her fill that in, and we'll click on save that. And now on Jane's scene, she clicks her name, she will get her character sheet, and she's got access to all of these. So if we can create a new scene, or we can import a scene that we've already created. So let's import a scene we've already created, and this is the one we created, Castle Carnarvon. We'll import this, and you can see there is the scene that we've got. The characters on the scene is we've got Jane is on there, we've got the public stuff, the private stuff. We can also do a map, and it's a very simple map. We've got colours, so let's draw a castle. It's got a road leading up to it. Maybe it's got a river running down the side. So we can draw a nice simple map. We can bring a character onto the scene, and let's say there's a couple of guards. You can see that these are the characters here, and we can represent them by whatever we want. So we can say that this is our main character here, and every time we click on a new character you can see that we get a different symbol. As for the characters, on the public scene they can see everything we put on the public scene, but if you noticed on our private we had a sword trap. They don't have access to this. Oh, we didn't give a name to our character, did we? Thermidor. Let's have a Thermidor is the name of the character. There we go. Save that. There we are, Thermidor Jane. And this will automatically update here. Our character's Thermidor is here. If we click on here now, do we get... so you can see there we've got everything we want to play the game. If we want to create a new scene on the fly, we can do so. Do you want to start a new scene? Okay. And the river. And we can quickly start a new scene up. Let's draw a map of the river. Our public scene, we're going to have an aspect is it's wet. Private is going to be an aspect of fast flowing. You can add notes to it, add colours to it, and on the character screen they've got a public of a wet, it's a river, and that is what they see. If Jane wants to do a roll, let's say she wants to roll her might, we click on here. It puts the dice into here and we've got ready to roll. So if we do the roll now, it'll roll our 2d6 and add the might, so a 5 and a 1, and that is added to their roll. If they want to heal, they would click here. We could show whether somebody has acted or they have not acted, so we can keep track of people that are in the scene. Let's have a look what else we've got on the character sheet. We got, this is just for keeping notes. We've got their skills. Let's do a dice roll here, and this is our pool, and it brings up the pool here. We can increase the dice if we want to. So say let's say it's a dice pool and we wanted to increase the pool. We roll it, and you can see here's the dice pool. So what I should mention is this dice pool has two functions. If we can switch it off, let's reset it, and we roll 2d10s and roll, it will roll the 2d10s and add them together. If we click the pool button with 2d10s, it will roll each of these separately, so you can see each of the rolls. So for example, if you're using something like World of Darkness and you need to see individual roll to see which one has succeeded, then you can do so, and obviously it's not put a number on there. So other things that you can also do, you can switch to night mode or day mode. This shows that you're connected to it, the scene you're on. I am not sure. Oh, that takes you to the GitHub page. So as you can see, it's quite a simple system, but for me the beauty of it is that you have got custom character sheets, which is a real boon for this one, because a lot of the virtual tabletops, you're limited by what you can actually have. I am just looking at the character sheet now. I've just noticed that there's an advanced mode. This is so that people can alter their own character sheets as well, which is quite handy. Let's just show you now that if we hide a section, so let's say we make that invisible and save. Now when we come back to that card, It's still there. Visible on card. Don't know what that does then. Okay, so that is Fari App. Please have a play with that. Let me know in the comments below what you think of that one. But there is a nice alternative to for playing another game with another virtual tabletop. It's only in its early days, and I'm sure there's going to be some more work on it. So thank you all for listening, and I'll catch you all on the flip side. You've been listening to the Dragons Are Real podcast. For more information, check out the website at petejones.neocities.org. The blog is dragonsarerealpodcast.tumblr.com. We are also on YouTube, Facebook and other platforms. If you want to get in touch, you can send me a voicemail via the Anchor app at anchor.fm/dragonsarereal, or you can send me an email at dragonsarerealpodcast@pm.me.